Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. Thanks for tuning in to Business Awareness Thursday with Lush. I am your girl, Kim K, publicist and owner of the Lush Consulting Firm, as well as Queen Fit Activewear. Today, I have the pleasure of visiting Desire Paint Studio with the owner, Britton. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for having us.
No problem at all. So, of course, this this show was created for those in the area, in the Gulf Coast, who have businesses. And there's a lot of people who are unaware of different businesses. So, basically, to show awareness, bring enlightenment on what's going on. And also for those who may want to start their own business, give them that push to want to put themselves out there. So, that's why I decided to start this.
Sure.
So, go ahead and get into what you have going on here. The studio is beautiful from what I saw so far. I'm taking a tour afterwards. Should have done it before so I can give y'all full details, but I'll fill y'all in afterwards. How long have you been here?
I've been here just a little over 6 months.
A little over 6 months.
I grew up in, I'm from Jamaica, but I grew up in metropolitan areas, Chicago, been around Atlanta, been around New York. The newest craze in the country is paint and sip,
right?
Paint parties and everything. And so it was kind of a brainchild after, saying, hey, need something else to do besides go to the club, go to the movies, have nothing to do on nights when, just adults hanging out.
Right.
And we're for children too, so something more than the big party place to have pizza.
Right.
I don't want to call their name or tear them down at the same time, but, just want to try to have something different for somebody to do in the area.
Okay, great. Are you an artist?
I have a degree in art in drafting engineering, but I dabble around in art. I tried to be a little bit different from the franchises. The franchises sometimes teach painting.
Mm-hmm.
People don't want to come do that kind of stressful thing.
Right.
A lot of people, when I invite them, they say, well, I can't draw a straight line. And so I told them, you don't have to. I'll do the sketching for you, and you can just fill in. But the main thing is to have a great time, be relaxed, create something, spend a couple hours with a friend. Couples, group building. I have some group buildings on my calendar already. And then we take walk-ins and we book parties too. So
That's great. And you've been here a little 6 months. And if I'm not mistaken, you had a party recently last weekend.
Oh, I had it actually on Sunday, and it was a charity party. It was a little bit different. We didn't paint. It was more of friends coming together. Some people I knew. We kind of invited some folks out. Your viewers can't see, but what we did was I have a connection. They got us connected with the Alabama Mentoring Program, which has orphanage children who are displaced from their homes. And so we decided to collect toys for them, kind of like a little small admission to come in and just socialize, BYOB, play cards, play a party game. I tell you, if you've never played Battle of the Sexes, you're in for a treat because that's what we played, and it brings camaraderie together between men and women, and it's just really fun to do. But it was for a worthy cause. We gathered a lot of games and toys for children that otherwise wouldn't have a good Christmas. We know there are so many organizations in the Mobile metropolitan area that have been doing that, but every little bit helps because This is a time when families can be displaced and really need a little of that extra help and that extra caring heart to reach out to them. So that's why we did it.
And that's true because I saw recently it's been a couple of fires, so you do have families displaced and things like that, and that will be a great help. And of course, put smiles on kids' faces who may think they may not get anything because of those unfortunate situations. So it was a game night.
Yeah, it was our game night. I try to sometimes do a game night once a month to do something a little bit different. Once again, and it's strictly adult. It's an adult atmosphere. Once again, we do not serve alcohol here. But we do encourage you to bring your own personal drink. We actually on our game night serve food.
Okay.
And so the small admission that we may charge is just to defray the cost for food.
Perfect. That sounds good. That's fair.
Mm-hmm.
As far as you say you have, what night is that the game night?
I've been doing on the second Sunday of each month. It's not locked in stone, but we do encourage you to follow us on Facebook, Desire Paint Studio. On Facebook, and we usually post a flyer on it 2 weeks in advance.
Okay, so the event that you had this past Sunday, you're going to make that a yearly thing?
I hope to make it a yearly thing, and I encourage people to please, if you will support us on our game nights, make me get a bigger place.
Right.
Okay. This is phase one, and
Okay.
you said it's beautiful, so we thank you for the compliment. But let me tell you, my aspirations is to buy the building and also to expand. Give you an idea, and not to brag or anything. Just a month into the business, we were asked to franchise in Atlanta.
Oh, really?
And I've had several offers to buy the business. So
Oh, that's
they
awesome.
like the business model that we put together. They like the eloquence that we put together. To give you a little background and a backstory with what we've done is, I wanted to do something different, and I've been to the competition. That's part of marketing and marketing research, and you're right there.
Right.
Once you walk in the door, you're right there in their face. You're right there, the atmosphere, and then also, if you're having a private party, someone else is painting or doing something, and they are in your space. So I wanted to create an atmosphere that when you come in, it's a lobby.
Right.
Somewhere where you can just kind of relax and wait for your turn or wait to get booked in and for some things for your party to come, a little spot to kind of chill.
Right.
And then go on to, if you're having a private party, I have 2 studios, salons that you can go in and you can have your private party there, you can have your food there. We also, when I do private bookings, I actually will encourage you to go ahead and spend a couple extra dollars, and I can do your heat setup or your cold setup
Okay.
for you. So that's something that the competition doesn't offer.
Right.
We're not a franchise. I am a mom and pop business or a small businessman, and so we can offer that little personal touch.
Right. And that's great to have something that sets you apart, because there are a lot of different, paint studios in the area, and with that, you got to have a niche. So that's a perfect niche to have. And so for those who cannot draw, it's okay for you to come in. He'll boost you a little bit. Like you said, the person said they couldn't draw a straight line, but you can sketch something out, and then they can go from there, make it their own.
We'll give you an idea. One of my favorite pieces that we have here, we actually had an open paint a few weeks after we opened, and that was to encourage maybe some friends and family to come through, see what we're doing, and also to give us some art that we can hang up or have in the studio. And one of the coolest things was, it was a lady that was a manager in one of the apartments in the local area. She says, "Rob, I've never touched a paintbrush before." I said, "Don't worry about it." And it's become one of my favorite pieces that she left with me here. And I wanted to give a shout out to Sonia Taylor. She did a great job, and she kind of got discouraged. I said, "Girl, sip your wine, just relax for a second. Let Rob fix it for you."
There you go.
And I mean, it became one of the most centerpiece pictures that in the studio. If you go to our Facebook page, it's actually the one with the bottle and the 2 glasses, and it's just awesome. I love her color palette that we help her choose, and it was just great. And that's the thing is, it's not to try to get perfection. We don't encourage you to color inside the lines like you would happen when you're in kindergarten or first grade.
Right.
But just express yourself and have a great time. That's the main thing. Relax, let your hair down, and chill.
Right. Well, how would you describe the atmosphere here? Because it's very welcoming. So how would you describe it?
Well, once again, when you walk in the door is a wow factor. You only have one chance to make a first impression.
Right.
Okay, so there's no second chances. So that's the first thing we want to get you with. We want to hit you with the first impression, that we have a nice, clean spot. When you come into the parking lot, it's not dark. It's very well lit. I think I got to give another shout out to our Mobile Police Department, because they cruise the area frequently. Not because it's crime, but because of just the area. It's a commercial area. We're right across from the Festival Center.
Right.
So, and we're located right here on the corner from Elliott's Jewelers. So, once again, they're already patrolling the area, so we thank them for being so visual. But, once again, if people feel safe,
Right.
I have to go to the real estate mantra by saying location, location, location. And since you said this is a business and entrepreneurship workshop platform that you use, when you start a business, you should always look at location. A lot of times businesses fail because of location.
That's true.
Because I know you want to be in a certain neighborhood or you want to cater to certain people, but you have to understand, for your success, you must be in a great location, make people feel safe, make people feel encouraged and inviting when they come in. So, that's what you see when you walk into the door. An inviting space that's not intimidating, because if people just see people over there painting and they're doing their thing, I don't want people to get all locked up. I want them to feel, hey, this is kind of smooth, this is kind of nice. I encourage you, if you have your beverage with you, have a little drink when you get here. It's a safe environment. I keep Uber on my phone so that if I have to call you, and that's not a shout out to Uber, but thank you, Uber, for being there, and Lyft, I have to say that. We'll give them equal time.
Right.
But, once again, so we can get you home if necessary. Once again, I feel that we have no liability to the liquor. That's why we BYOB. But simply, we want you to be safe, be in a safe atmosphere, and leave here safely.
That's great. That's great. Good spiel. You guys will have to come by. It is so nice in here. Give them the address.
The address is 798 Suite A, downtown Boulevard. Once again, we're on the west side of the Festival Center. And everybody knows the Festival Center. It's anchored by the Academy Sports.
That's correct. So share some of the key things that, since starting this, I know it's only been 6 months, that keep you motivated as far as bringing different creative ways to stay on top of the other paint studios. I'll say that.
Well, once again, just always be open. I listen to my clientele. First of all, not to throw religion out there, but I believe in religion and the Bible. So I have to say that to paraphrase, there's a scripture in Luke that says, in Luke 14, that says, if you want to build a house, you got to first count the cost. You got to know that you can be able to finish it. So once again, that's a success of a business, is to be able to understand that this is what it takes me, instead of just opening the doors and say, bring me money.
Right.
You have to build something that people want to come to and feel good about coming to. So to be a little successful, and I know that 6 months, but this isn't my first business either.
Okay.
So, but I think that we've been successful and we feel good about the business model that I have, is because we counted the cost. We're able to bring a good product here. Nice, clean atmosphere. You don't want to come in your nice clothes and be nasty.
Right.
I have aprons for people to put on, things of that nature. But I think we've done a good thing of just putting the model together to get people in the door.
Right. That's great. Share something that may, just with you on the paint studio, people may not know. I know you shared with me when I first came in about some things you did in the radio industry.
Well, communications. I decided to do it a little different. Once again, being a new business owner in the Mobile community, I wanted to also start slow. Failure of a lot of businesses is because they try to bite too much of the apple or the elephant at one time. But you have to take your time and do it. Advertisement. Our social media, like we're doing today, and having a page, is once again a good vehicle that's very budget friendly, to be able to use that medium and to go and get business. I decided to do grassroots. I put in the budget when I started to do billboards and to do yellow pages and to do certain other vehicles. But once again, if your grassroots is working, don't break it, because it's working. No offense to the large marketing companies, but they get your money, but they don't show results all the time. Working in the radio industry and working in the car industry in this area, I know what I had spent, or I had to spend. I know what I spent, and millions of dollars. Did it bring millions of dollars in return back to me? Not always.
Right.
So you have to pick your niche for advertising, and understand the advertising market and who you're marketing to.
Exactly. Your target audience.
So that's what just years of the radio business, years of the car business taught me. Know your target market, your target audience, and cater to them, and understand what you have to spend. A lot of times we get elaborate commercials, but do people really pay attention? A lot of times, what do? You channel surf when a commercial comes on.
Right.
So a lot of times you have to understand that genre and understand your audience in doing that.
That's some great information. I'm hoping you guys are taking notes, because that was something that can work for any business. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for having us.
We actually, me and my business partner, we actually did a mixed mingle event last Saturday. I wish I would have met you before then, could have invited you or what have you, but it was a real nice event.
Is that the one with the pajamas?
No, it wasn't.
Okay. This one coming up with pajamas.
The one with the, yes.
I see it. I was on your page.
Yes, on the 22nd. No, this one was mixed mingle and mimosas.
Okay.
And it was a group of small businesses in the areas, independent consultants. It was about 23. And we set up at Gemini Studios, which is a fitness studio off the Beltline towards 90. But a group of us got together, and it was a vending event. It was nice. All the businesses were able to meet each other. There were some in there that people didn't even know about. So that was their opportunity there. Less than advertisement, of course, because that can get expensive.
Right.
So it was a great opportunity.
Right. Now, I'm not being rude. I'm going to make sure I have the number exactly right, because sometimes we tend to, just like you're looking at notes, my notes were electronic.
Hey, go ahead.
So because I would like to give people our number, we do have a voicemail on there. For the business, and so you can book with us directly. We'd rather you use that number, or hit us again on Facebook at the Desire Paint Studio on Facebook, and you can find us.
And I attached the business name to this post, so all you have to do is click Desire Paint Studio, and you'll go straight to their page.
Right, and our phone number here. Once again, we don't use it a lot, so that's why I had to look it up, and it's printed on our business cards. Is 251-338-9693. Again, that's 338-9693.
And for the comments that's coming up, we are answering them after this is over with. I'll put the phone number in there as well. I'll put the page link in the comments as well. And I'm going to send you a friend request so we can stay connected.
Sure.
And thank you guys for tuning in today. I'm going to take a tour of the studio after this is over with. So those that's watching, make sure you like and share, please. Make sure you do visit the actual business page here, Desire Paint Studios. Like, share it. Tell your friends about it. Come attend some of the events that they have.
Sure.
Give us a few events.
We'll give you an idea. Once again, we do the game night. I kind of got discouraged with the game night a little bit, so I stopped it. And one of my friends said, "Man, that is the best time I've ever had in Mobile." And he's somebody who grew up here, who went to school here, and some of my coworkers at my other job came to me and said, "Man, we had such an awesome time." As a matter of fact, the young lady who won the ugly sweater contest her prize is under the tree, so I have to take it back to her after lunch. But just to tell you, we also are getting into some mixed media. So once again, other than painting on canvas, we'll be painting on some other things. We'll teach you how to do some crazy splashes on bottles, and just getting into just some different stuff. We're open for suggestions. It's a learning curve, but we're going to get into some t-shirt printing. I've just been approached to design a logo for a local business and everything. So, we really want to bring a service, and just give you a quick plug, we want to be part of the community.
Right.
And so I had a friend of a friend to contact a gentleman who wanted to come in, and I believe in local business, and I believe in the business atmosphere and helping people. There's a lot of people in this area who are affected by asbestos cancer.
Oh yeah.
And so or with this mesothelioma. So I've offered the place up. We've had some events here where people can come and sign up free of charge for mesothelioma money.
Oh.
And so, we do things like that. And once again, want to be part of the community. We also rent this space. So you can speak to me directly about that to book the space, because once again, we're open from 5 until 10 Wednesday through Friday, Wednesday and Thursday, and Friday and Saturday to midnight, 5 to midnight, and on Sundays until 9 p.m. So, we have some open space time. Most of our business is in the evening, so our daytime is open for some community service stuff. So
that's great. Well, I'm going to stay connected. I'm going to share your events. I'm going to also participate in some because I'm interested, especially in the game night. That seems pretty fun. Make sure you guys stay tuned in each and every Thursday, Business Awareness Thursday with Lush. Also, you do know that now this show is on the iHeartRadio app as well as iTunes. So anybody that interviews, the show will go on there. So that's another outlet to connect with somebody else who may not be on Facebook, but may listen. Also, thanks for all those that came out Saturday. Even though the weather was nasty, we still had a good time. We still had a good turnout. It was very successful. Thanks and shout out to my business partner, Ayla Goodson. Everything went well. Make sure y'all go subscribe to my YouTube. These also are on YouTube. So we everywhere. So there's no way you can stay connected and not know what's going on in the city. So there you have it. We will see you guys later, and thanks for tuning in. Please like and share. And that's it.
Thank you, Kimberly.
You're welcome.